Hey, welcome to Five Tools. So glad that you chose to join us for another message here that we hope encourages you and challenges you and helps you take steps forward in your life and in your journey, wherever that may be. We just want to help you take another step forward. My name is Jason. It is my honor and it is my privilege to be a part of this ministry, and I started it for the simple purpose of reaching people in the sports world. That's what I wanted to do, and it's gone well. We have several hundred people right now that are following us and on various platforms, and these messages are getting anywhere between 400 and 500 views every week, and it keeps growing. So thank you guys for sharing, for watching, for being a part of this journey with me. I felt like this was something that God called me to do, and I'm just the type that can't say no. If God's calling me to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it the best that I can. So thank you guys for being a part of this journey. I'm going to dig in to our teaching today. I think it's going to be one that will be helpful to you if you're an athlete, if you're a coach, if you're a parent, because today I want to talk about 3 things that are essential for your success. 3 things that are essential for your success, both on the field of competition and away from the field of competition. These 3 things are essential for success in life, success in your marriage, success in relationships with friends or relationships within your own family. They're essential for success in your workplace, whatever career that God leads you to. They are essential in the way that you parent. They're essential in the way that you face life, and whether it's a season of struggle or a season of victory, these 3 things will be key components to how you come through. Now, on the field of competition, I think these 3 are obvious. The three things we're going to talk about real quickly, and then we're going to dig into them a little bit, are character, commitment, and courage. Character, commitment, and courage. Now, you'll notice 2 of those are part of our 5 tools here. The character and the courage are 2 of the 5 tools that we teach each and every week. And those are some of the qualities that we want to equip you with and instill within you, because we believe that they are just so important to developing who you are as a person. And I'll be honest with you, we could have had a 6th tool that was called commitment. I think commitment is very underrated in today's world. You have a lot of people with amazing potential, but they aren't committed. So today I want to talk about these 3 essentials for success. And again, wherever you are in your world and in your life right now, I want you to apply these 3 essentials to wherever you are at. If it's on the field of competition, apply it there. If it's at school, apply it there. If it's in a relationship with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife or a parent or a kid, apply these to your life and just see. Just try it. See if it makes a difference. Now, the first one is character. Character we have defined before as who are you when nobody's looking? Who are you when it's just you and your thoughts and you are alone and it's just you? What is it that makes you you? When you think about you, what do you think about? Harder question, when other people think about you, what do they think about? Is it your character? Is it your values? Is it your beliefs? Is it that core of who you are? You see, I think character is a huge defining element of our lives. And what's interesting is we don't often think of it until we notice someone's lack of character. I don't know if you've noticed that before. This past World Series, it just ended this past week. The Red Sox won the World Series. I didn't have a dog in the fight, so I really didn't care who won. But what you heard a lot were announcers and commentators and coaches, and the Twitter world was blowing up with Manny Machado's actions. How he was playing dirty, he was sliding dirty, he was kicking people on his run toward and through first base. He didn't hustle balls out. He said some things that just weren't exactly good. And it showed his character. Maybe a better way to say it, it showed his lack of character. It wasn't a high character move when he displayed some of the things that he did in the World Series and in the championship series as far as that goes. And what's been interesting is since the World Series has been over, they're talking about his free agency, right? Now, I hope he does well. I hope that he humbles himself a little bit and grows and matures, and I hope he's blessed. I don't wish anything bad on the guy, but here's the thing that's been interesting to me. So many people in the baseball world are saying that the character he displayed will have a negative impact on the next contract that he gets, which for me, I'm encouraged to hear that. I'm encouraged to hear that something like your character can directly impact your future and a team's desire to have you. That's encouraging to me. Character is a big deal. Sportsmanship is a big deal. Honoring and respecting your other team is a big deal. You hit a deep fly ball to the outfield, even if you think it's gone, start running. Don't do a Machado and just stand there and watch it, and then you realize it's not out and you need to bust it, right? Don't do that. There's no sense in it. All you're doing is showing the other team up, and that's not a way that we do things to show character. There's a great verse in 1 Timothy 4. It's chapter 4 and verse 12. And this is what Paul writes to Timothy, who is kind of his apprentice, his understudy. Listen to this. He says, "Let no one despise you for your youth, but set an example in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." Don't let anybody look down upon you because you are young. Instead, you set the example. And then Paul gives us a list of these things to set an example in. He says, hey, in the way that you talk, the way that you act, the way that you love people, the way that you're pure, the way that you set yourself apart, you're different than other people. Don't let people look down upon you because you're young. But you set an example. You set the bar. And if you can do that, if you can focus on setting the bar, that you are the bar to meet. When other people think, man, who do I want to be like? They think of you. That starts with your character. It's a huge, essential element for you being successful on and off the field, your character. Be the type of person that you want to be with. Be the type of teammate that you want to be on a team with. Be the type of leader that you want leading you. Be the type of coach that you wish you had. It all starts with the character. Number 2, commitment. Why is it that we live in a world where people don't seem to be as committed anymore? It's an honest question. I struggle coming up with the answers. I don't know if it's just that we have too many things that we are committed to, maybe. Maybe I'm looking at the problem wrong. Maybe it's not that we aren't committed, but we're overcommitted. I don't know. Maybe that's the issue. But what I see is that we give up very easily. When things don't go the way that we want them to go, or when they're a little bit harder than we want them to be, we don't stay committed. Instead, we find something new. You can see this if you look at the statistics on marriage. When marriage isn't going the way that we think it should go, or if it isn't making me happy like I thought it would make me happy, what we think is the answer is not to stay committed, but instead to go and find something new, something different, something else that will make me happier. If you're not getting playing time on your team, you don't stay committed to the team. You go find another team. You go find another coach. It's a repeating story that you hear over and over and over. And here's the thing. One day when your sports life is over, the rest of your life begins. And commitment may be what separates you from everyone else. How committed are you? If you work with an organization, how committed are you to the vision of that organization? Whether it's a nonprofit or a for-profit or a big organization, a small organization, how committed are you to making that organization successful? Maybe you'll own your own business one day. How committed are you to making it successful? How committed are you to adding value to people? Or are you just worried about people adding value to you? Will you be committed to your family? Will you be committed to learning, to growing as a person? Will you be committed to God? Will you be committed to a church? Will you be committed to what He has called you to do in your life? Will you be committed? One of my favorite verses in all of Scripture is found in 2 Timothy. So this is the second letter that Paul wrote to Timothy. And it says this, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now, I love these words because you can hear Paul's commitment coming through. He's nearing the end of his life here. He's nearing the end of his ministry, and he's kind of looking back and reflecting, but at the same time teaching Timothy. Here's how you be a leader. Here's how you impact people. Here's how you tell people about the truth of Jesus. And as he's doing this, he's saying, look, I've fought the good fight. I've run the race. I've finished the race. I didn't stop. I didn't stop short of the finish line. I didn't throw in the white towel before the fight was over. I fought the fight, and I finished the race, and I kept the faith. No matter what life threw at me, I kept the faith. He was committed. And he challenged Timothy to that same level of commitment. Here's my thing. Athletes. I think one of the things that we take for granted, you take for granted, is how many people are invested in your success. How many people are committed to you being the best you that you can be. All I'm asking is two things. Make sure that you are aware of that and thank them. And two, would you be able to say that you are committed to them the same way they are committed to you? That's it. There are people committed to your success. There are people committed to you being who you say you want to be. Would you just commit to them back? You have God who has given you abilities and given you skills and given you passions to do these things. For some of you, He's called you to do great things. He's prepared you to do great things. But if you're not committed to doing them, if you're not committed to Him, you won't do them. Not because you don't want to, not because you can't. You've got the ability. Some of you even have the want to. You just don't do it. Stay committed. When you have a goal, reach the goal. Now, yeah, sometimes we need to refocus on our outcomes and reevaluate our goals and adjust accordingly, but keep your eyes forward. When you look back to learn. Look back to be grateful. But when you look forward, use it to motivate you, to stay committed, to stay loyal, to stay pressing on. Be committed. Show your character. And our third is courage. You want to be successful on and off the field, you're going to have seasons where you display courage, raw courage. The verse here that comes to mind is in Joshua, and this is right after Moses has died and Joshua takes over. Joshua was the leader of the Israelite army for a season. Then Moses dies, and now he's the leader of the entire Israelite nation. Moses is considered one of the greatest leaders in humanity. How do you follow those footsteps? Yet in all that Moses accomplished, he didn't lead the people into the promised land. Joshua did. And Joshua is basically going to God and saying, hey man, how do I do this? What do I do? I don't know if I can do this. The people are complaining. They don't like the way that I'm leading. They want to do their own thing. What do I do, God? And listen to how God answers. This is Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and be courageous. Don't be frightened and don't be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Now, you may never be in a situation like Joshua where you have to go and conquer cities and go to battle against armies that are much bigger than you and much stronger than you, but you and I will both face something in our lives. Some of you are right now. Sometimes it's a health battle, it's a family battle, it's a relationship battle. Some of it is just your self-doubt. Some of it is because we have a history of failure. We seem to always struggle to overcome things, and many times we struggle overcoming ourselves. Here's what I want to tell you real quickly. Self-doubt, you saying that you can't, is the biggest enemy you will ever have in life. Whether you're on the field or whether you're off the field. When you tell yourself that you can't, you're right. And it's amazing when you can shift that perspective and in spite of your fear of failing, you continue on. You press on. You continue with character and you continue with your commitment because you have courage. Listen, courage defined is this. It's continuing on with what you're supposed to do, even when fear says you're supposed to say no. That's courage. You make an error, you go several games where you don't get a hit, you go a season where you don't perform well, you have a decision to make. Do you press on with courage? Do you stay committed? Do you stay in your character? Or do you bail? Do you soften up? Do you play timid? Do you play afraid? Do not let that fear define you or direct your steps. No. You are the ones that define it. You control your fears. You control your steps because you have God's promises, you have God's presence, you have God's gifting saying that He has a plan for you. And it's a great plan to give you a future and to give you a hope. A plan to set you up for success. Why? Because you displayed courage. And because you were committed and because you displayed character in a way that honored God. So you want to be successful on and off the field. The three things that you need, the three things I would love for you to apply, the three things I would love for you to teach other people is live life with character, live life with commitment, and live life with courage. Thanks for watching. Share away, and let's keep growing this community. God bless y'all.